Alright YouTube, what is going on? It's HiTer5000 here today, bringing you a Do No Evil quest guide on Runescape 3. I can start this quest by speaking with Leela in Senliten's tomb in the desert. As you can see in the background, I've not got Leela there yet. I've not done the bottom requirement, but I'll be showing you how to do that in a second, because I realise some people might not have done that already. The requirements for this quest, there's quite a lot of them actually. Quest wise, you must have completed Animal Magnetism, Shadow of the Storm, Desert Treasure, Smoking Kills, Missing My Mummy, Dealing with Scarabs. I do have a few of them quest guides which you can find on my channel. Level 50 range, level 64 construction, 68 crafting, 70 magic, 70 thieving. I must also fully restore Senliten from Missing My Mummy. I showed you how to do that in my Missing My Mummy quest guide, and also you must rescue King Awowogei, I think it's pronounced, from Recipe of Disaster. I've also got a quest guide for that up on my channel. I'll be doing this part here just before we get this quest started, bring Leela to Senliten's tomb. Alright, so there are quite a lot of items you are going to need for this quest. You are going to need a Gorilla Gree at a minimum. There are parts of the quest where you can use the other kinds of Grees, but there's one part that you need to have the Gorilla Gree. Either masked earmuffs or a Slayer helm, Ring of Channels A, Ava's accumulator, any type of cat or kitten. If you don't have one of these right now, go ahead and go and speak to Gertrude and get a new one. Desert shirt, desert robes, and desert boots. These can all be bought at the Shanty Pass actually. 10 bananas, 6 teak planks, 10 bolts of cloth, a spade, 3 ropes, 3 knives. A lot of this can all be bought at the Shanty Pass as well. You're also going to need a monkey speak amulet, a monkey amulet mold, which I'll show you how to obtain in a minute, a ghost speak amulet. We also need runes for ancient ice magic, so either ice blitz, ice barrage, one of these ones. You'll need the runes for that, so it's going to be blood runes, death runes, a variation really, and obviously water runes. And finally you'll probably need the best part of about 15k coins. Recommended items, water skins or enchanted tiaras, because you are going to be in the desert obviously. You're going to need good armour, or at least decent armour for the fights later on. Also some foods and maybe 1 or 2 anti-poisons. So to get yourself a monkey amulet mold, what you need to do is make your way to Ape Atoll. Best way of doing this is using the Ape Atoll teleport, which requires 2 waters, 2 fires, 2 laws and a banana. Go ahead and teleport there with a Gree of some sort, doesn't matter which one. I've got my ninja Gree. Once you arrive, what you want to do is climb down the stairs, exit out of the temple to the northeast of the island, and then head in a westerly direction a little bit until you get into the market. Then you want to go south into the building that is just to the east of the magic shop, which is quite easily indicated. Once you arrive in this building, you need to go into the very southeastern corner, so to the exact tile, the exact southeastern corner, so you can't be seen and you're in the dark. And then you want to go ahead and search the crate at the very southeast corner. Usually most of these crates have bananas in them, but it's going to give you an option to go down through the crates. So that's what you're going to do, and you're going to land up going down into an underground area. Now you do need to watch out down here, because there's a lot of poisonous spiders and a lot of poisonous monsters around here as well. They're not apparent, but they are in the crates. So what you want to do is head over to the northwest corner. Watch out for these little spiders. They can, I realise they're only level 1, but they can do some poisonous damage, and there's going to be a little bit of an overhang. What you want to do is go ahead and start searching the crates up in this corner, and you might find a list of stuff, but what you're going to need to find is the monkey amulet. So you see here I found the monkey amulet mold. That's me got one out of this crate here, and that is that item. Also recommend you have a combat level of about 100. This is going to be a very long quest. I'm going to try to break it up into little parts though, to make it as easy as possible. So if you've not got Leela yet to Senliten's tomb, what you want to come here to Draenor village. You want to come to the east of it, just north of the jail, and you want to go ahead and talk to Leela. I'm basically going to tell her that you want to take her out to the desert. Select option number 1, how do you know about that? And then select option number 1, sure, let's go. And then what's going to happen is your screen is going to go blank, and then you're going to land up in Senliten's tomb. Nice and easy. I realise you might have already done that part, so you might be meeting us here where the quest is about to begin. So you're going to start off talking with Senliten. Basically you just want to skip through all this. You're going to be told to go away for a minute, and then your screen's going to go blank again. Eventually you will get called back, and you just want to continue going through the chat. You will then want to go down the stairs and re-talk to Senliten again. and then select option number 1, always your majesty. You then want to select option number 2, can I be of service? Then what you want to do is go through all 3 of the options, and then eventually, after going through some of them, you'll get the quest prompt. So all you want to do is accept the quest, and then that is the quest begun. So as I said earlier on, what I'm going to be doing is trying to break this quest down into little parts, because it is going to take a very long time. So for this first part, what you want to do is bring yourself a kitten or a cat of some sort. You also want to bring yourself a monkey gree of some sort, so a ninja one and a gorilla one also count, and you also want your monkey speak amulet with you. Recommended items will be a Pharaoh Scepter, just because it's making teleportation easier, and also a water skin, because you might have to do some running. So what you want to do here from the temple is you actually want to go ahead and teleport, and you want to teleport to option number 1, I believe it is. This will take us to Sophanum, this will take us to Pyramid Plunder here. What you want to do when you arrive at Pyramid Plunder is you just want to go ahead and exit out the tomb door. Once you've come out the pyramid, what you want to do is head directly to your east into the northeast building, and there's going to be this person at the door called Jack, so you're going to want to go ahead and talk to him. You're going to select option number 2, could you tell me more about the minor gods? You're then going to select option number 4, could you tell me more about Ape. And then what you want to do is go through all 4 of these options. And once you've gone through all the options, option number 5 will come up, goodbye Jax, and that's you got all the information that you need from him. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and just drop your kitten or your cat on the floor, and then you want to walk south and you want to talk to Sphinx. It's directly south of you. You'll see Sphinx, very large and hard to miss. Start up a conversation with him, and then basically he'll notice the cat. Select option number 1, I need help. Then select option number 1, I need help with the Devourer. So that conversation is going to end very quickly. Go ahead and talk to Sphinx again, select the same options, and it's going to notice your cat. And then this time though, you're going to select option number 2, can you tell me about the gods of the Menophites? And then what you want to do is go ahead and select option number 3, tell me about the minor gods again. So you're getting some more information here, and then select option number 4, tell me about Mech. So now that you've got all the information about the minor gods, go ahead and pick up your kitten, overgrown cat, whatever you've got with you. And now we're going to be heading back up to Senliten's tomb. However, we're actually going to go bank first in case you've not got any items that we need to get for this next part. So from here, what you can do is you can go ahead and teleport, you can use the magic carpet, you can use various ways. I'm either going to run or use the magic carpet, but you want to exit the gate from the north of the city and head up to Nardar. Alright, so once you arrive at Nardar, go ahead and go to the bank, and let's get the items that we require for the next section of the quest. So, you're going to need a monkey amulet of some sort. I'm using a ninja one, you can use a gorilla one as well. You also need your monkey speak amulet, that's very important. You also need some teleportation weight to get out to Ape Atoll Island. You can either use runes, which are 2 fires, 2 waters, 2 laws and a banana, which I'll be doing, or you can actually use the Fairy Ring Network and use the code CLR for that. I would highly recommend just using the runes though. You can get rid of your cat at this stage as well. I'm going to keep my Pharaoh Scepter on me and a water skin though, because we're not quite going to Ape Atoll yet. So from Nardar, what you want to do is just head back north up to Senliten's tomb. So once you arrive back at the temple, go ahead and select option number 1, head direct to the Pharaoh Queen, and then you'll arrive where Senliten is. What you want to do is go ahead and talk to Senliten, and what she basically asked there is for us to return to the 3 wise monkeys on Ape Atoll Island. So let's make our way out to Ape Atoll now. Use whatever method you've got. If you've got the runes like me, just go ahead and teleport there now. As soon as you get there though, you need to remember you need to equip your Gree. If you're using the Fairy Ring teleport, and you're going to land up being at the agility course, which is more the centre of the island, you want to equip your Gree again and make your way over to the temple, which I'm in right now, which is in the northeast corner of the island. So once you're down the stairs, you want to head over into the northwest corner and go over and speak to the monkeys. Make sure you equip your monkey speak amulet though, so you can talk to them. Speak to either one of the 3 of them, doesn't really matter, and then you'll strike up a conversation with them. You're then going to select option number 1, I'm trying to make some of our kind back to the desert, and then select option number 1, admit to being human. So it's then going to zoom in on the guard, some pile of bananas, and basically what we need to do is we need to distract him to get these monkeys out of here. This part can be very difficult, might take you multiple attempts, but I'll try and walk you through it as best as possible. So you should have a pretty empty inventory as it is. You roughly probably need about maybe 20-15 bananas, but we're going to take as many as possible. So from the northwest corner, going to head over to the northeast corner where it just zoomed in on the crate of bananas. You're going to start to take bananas. Unfortunately, you can only take one at once, so you're going to want to near enough fill your inventory full with these. Once you've got a full inventory of bananas, we're going to be taking this monkey guard out the way and bring them round to this pile of bananas. We're going to do this with the bananas in our inventory, making a trail around the room round to get there. This is very difficult because you can't get caught by these monkey guards, you can't get too close to them, that's why we're going around the room. And also the bananas need to be spaced out only about 2 to 3 squares, and they also disappear very quickly. So you want to go ahead and just follow my route basically. You don't need to do the exact same tiles that I'm doing anyway, there's no need for that. But there are 1 or 2 difficult parts here. The starting part can always be very difficult and you're likely to fail it a few times, as I've said. Going through this door is probably the most difficult part of the whole thing actually. Not at all sure why. For me the monkeys got caught on the door about 3 or 4 times now, which is quite annoying. You also want to make sure as well that you're out of the sight of the main monkeys, as I've said. And then basically just make your way around the room. It's not too difficult, but there's a lot that can go wrong if you get what I mean, and it's just a bit stupid. So the monkey's actually a wee behind me, and as I said, bananas only stay laid down for about 15 seconds, so you don't want to be, you know, going too far ahead if you get the chance. However, it's rarely going to happen. Now once you get to this part here, you want to lay bananas a lot more frequently, because for some reason the monkey kept losing the banana trail. And then once you get close enough to the crate anyway, then fortunately the monkey will realise that, you know, the crate of bananas are here, and then you should be good. So we're just waiting for the monkey, and the monkey finds the crate, and now the monkey is occupied by that crate, which is absolutely fine, and that is that part done. So we're just going to sneak back along the top here, back to 3 wise monkeys, and you're going to want to go ahead and talk to one of them again. You're going to say that you've got rid of the guard, and now basically they want to see your human form. So for this we're going to just very quickly remove your gree, and then you want to talk to them again, and then they're going to realise yes, you actually are human, which is good enough, and then just go ahead and re-equip your gree again. So you're going to re-talk to them again, and I mean they're a bit surprised. Your screen's going to land up going blank anyway. And then this is where the quest is going to start getting a lot more difficult. So select option number 2, the baboon heads, and then select option number 4 on the monkey's shoulders. Right, so once you're finished talking to them, we need to go speak to the king, who's just to the south of here. So as you can see, there's the box that's actually moved out from the temple to the whole island. So you want to head directly south of the temple that we're in, and we want to go down to where the king is based. So just go south, make sure you've got your amulet, monkey speak amulet equipped, and also got your gree equipped. And then once you get down here, you just want to talk to the elder guard, and then basically just ask if you can go in, and then he will let you in. And then go up and speak to King. I think it's Awowogei. I really don't know how to pronounce it. That's why I'm just going to call it the king. So you're then going to select option number 1 to build the greatest monkey colony ever. You're then going to select option number 5 next if it's not there for you, and then you're going to select option number 3, Choc-ices from Narda. That might be on your first set of options, but for me you're just going to want to find Choc-ices from Narda basically. And then you're going to land up going through all the chat and finish talking to him. Then finally what you want to do is ask the guard to let you out. And then that is that part done. Now they've exited out there, and once we've done that, the king has agreed that he wants to set up a desert colony. Now for this we need to bring him some Choc-ices. However, obviously bringing them through the desert and bringing them through the whole of Gielinor is going to be very difficult to keep them cold. So this is where you're going to have to change from normal magics to ancient magics, just so we can have Ice Blast or Ice. One of the 2 of the spells anyway, which you will have the magic requirement for because it's one of the ones for starting the quest. So to change to ancient magics, you can either go out to the desert and go into the pyramid, run through the pyramid, read the book and change to ancient magics, or if you have done Plague's End, then you can actually change it in the Elf City as well. I'll be going up to the Elf City and changing to ancient magics spellbook, so I will show you how to do that in just a second. So to get off the island and to head to either the desert or the Elf City, all you want to do is just run to an area where there are going to be no monkey guards apparent, and then you just want to remove your gree. I'm up on this walkway here, no guards can get to me, so that's fine. You're then going to want to go to your teleportation book and either select where you're going to go, so to the desert or to Elf City. So if you're going to Elf City like me and you're going to go and change it, what you want to do is head to your east and then go south a little, and then basically you'll see on your mini map sort of a magic wand icon. It's just in this wee building here, very easy to find, very close to the middle. Go into here and then you'll see a book up at the top of the room. Go over to it, and then what it's going to do is it's actually going to change you to ancient. So as you can see now, my teleports are different, and I've now got the important ones as well here, which is Ice Barrage and also Ice Blitz, which we'll be needing for the Choc-ice. So once you've sorted out your ancient magics, you've got them ready, what you're going to need to do is head back out to the desert and head back out to Nara. Now once you're here, you're going to want to withdraw some items. You're going to want to get your Monkey Amulet Mold, also another Gree, again this one doesn't matter right now. I've got a Ninja one. You're also going to need runes here for an ice spell of some sort, because we need to freeze the Choc-ice to keep it cool. Now there are multiple which you can use. There's Ice Barrage, which I reckon will be the most common. That however requires level 94 magic. I'm going to be using Ice Blitz, which only requires 82 magic, and it requires 1 blood to 5 water runes, and that'll freeze the Choc-ice for 45 seconds. You can also use Ice Burst as well, which requires 2 deaths and 4 waters, which that requires level 70 magic and has a freeze time of 35 seconds, so it all depends on your levels really. You're also going to need yourself with that 1,000 coins to actually buy the Choc-ice, and you're finally also going to need your Monkey Speak amulet as well. This is very complicated because we need to get the Choc-ice from here in the desert all the way out to Ape Atoll, but you cannot use teleportations that actually teleport you. You can use transport methods, and what I mean by this is you can charter ships, you can use hot air balloons, that sort of stuff, but you can't actually use teleports. So I couldn't use the home teleports for an example. So what I'm going to have to do is going to be very long, and I'm going to speed this up a lot. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the magic carpet once I buy the Choc-ice to Paul Vitch, from there up to Al-Karad. From there I'm going to go walk from Lumbridge, or walk to Lumbridge, then to Draenor Village, then to Port Sarim. I'm then going to charter a ship from there round to Karamja. I'm then going to walk to Brimhaven. From Brimhaven I'm going to sail to East Arding. From there I'm going to have to walk all the way up to the Tree Gnome Stronghold. From there I'm going to get on the glider and I'm going to land up going out to Crash Island, and then from Crash Island I'm going to have to make my way and land on Ape Atoll. Now you need to make sure that you have your chat set basically to the common normal chat, and you need to make sure that you've actually got game messages to on, not filter, because it's going to give you a warning in the chat box saying that your Choc-ice needs to be refreezed. You need to make sure that you're refreezing it every, say for example the spell that I'm going to use, that has a freeze time of 45 seconds. I'm going to be needing to recast it really every 35 seconds just to be safe. Possibility you will fail this, you have to start again until you get to Ape Atoll itself. So you're going to talk to this guy in the middle here, Rolka, I think his name is pronounced, and then you can select option number 1, commission the Choc-ice. You're going to ask for some special kind of Choc-ice basically, and then he's going to start to talk about something. Just hit option number 1, deal, that's for 1,000 coins, and then you're going to have this special Choc-ice made for you in the shape of the monkey's head. That's why we've got the amulet with us. Now he's telling you not to teleport. I've just explained that to you. Do not teleport or it will just disappear or melt into a puddle of water, as it says in the chat right now. So there we go, that's us got it. Now you can actually fortunately hit freeze continuously, I believe, so I'm going to be using the Ice Blitz, so option number 2. I should keep this frozen a bit longer, it won't last forever though. So now that's really started, that is frozen, so I'm going to have to continuously click that when a message appears in the chat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start my travelling, which is going to take me quite a wee while. So from here, let's actually start making our move across the desert. Now I'm going to speed a lot of part of this up. As you can see in the chat, it says your Choc-ice is melting, so I need to go ahead and do that very, very quickly. So you're going to be fast travelling, obviously. South Paul and Vitch, this will take me here ASAP. If it takes under 45 seconds, then I'll be fine, and obviously, because I'm doing fast travelling, it has. And as you see here, when all this disappears, then I will still have the frozen chimp ice in my inventory. So from here, as I said, I'm just going to continue. I'm going to really speed this whole part up because it's going to take a very long time. But the best thing for you to do really is go ahead and just do the route that I'm doing. There are alternate routes that you can do, and there are some that are faster. However, I don't have the requirements to do them, unfortunately, so I'm not going to talk about them. If you are interested in alternate routes though, because this is probably one of the slower routes, then you can go ahead and Wikipedia that, because it does explain it very well. So once you make it to the Grand Tree itself, you want to go up from the ground floor to the first floor, or American it would be the second floor, and you want to head along to your east and then go to your southeast, roughly where the bar is. You're going to be looking for a person, Diario. You're going to want to go ahead and travel with him. However, before you do that, make sure you obviously cast another ice blitz before you do any form of transportation. Just go ahead and hit travel and then hit option number 1, yes. He's going to blindfold you, and then you're going to go down to where the hangars are kept. Again, before you go and talk to Waydar, go ahead and just cast another one just to make extra sure that everything will be okay. Once you arrive on Crash Island again, just cast another one very quickly before you get the bolt over with Lumbo, sorry, not Dumbo. Now, we're about to reach a checkpoint here, so if you fail it is okay. So it says checkpoint reached. If your Choc-ice melts again, speak to Lumbo. Right, so I failed here, so you missed my failed attempt. But what you want to do from here is take your Choc-ice, you want to equip your Monkey Speak amulet, and you just want to follow the coast round. This part here is quite easy actually until we get to the gate, then it gets a lot more complicated. Again, watch out for poisonous spiders, that sort of stuff. But there's no need to worry about monkeys at this side of the island until you get round to the gate. Right, so this next bit coming up here is actually kind of difficult. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and basically get through the gate, and you need to do it very fast. Basically you need to freeze the Choc-ice and then land up running through the gate. Sounds simple, but it's not totally simple because you only have like 30-45 seconds or a minute if you're lucky. Now you can't really stand too much more further forward than here because you'd land up being in the range of some of the archers. Now if you do get caught, then unfortunately you land up in the jail on the north of the island. That isn't actually the end of the world. If your Choc-ice has managed to survive that, then obviously freeze it straight away and you'll still be in human form. Equip your Gree, then you want to actually pick the lock on the jail and then sneak out the prison and then go up to the north where you'll be along the coastline. Unequip your Gree and refreeze it again if you have time to do that. That might be very difficult, that's why it's a high recommendation that you don't get caught, but let's go ahead and do this now. So when I get the next message, I'm going to go ahead now, very quickly cast one of them, equip my Gree, and then I'm going to sprint in this direction. Now when you come up to the gate, you're going to open the gate, you're going to have to hit your spacebar or continue once, and then you want to head straight to your west, back to the coastline, so you can unequip your Gree. Make sure you're outside of all monkeys, however, because there are some monkey archers up above the gate, and then obviously want to go ahead and recast the freeze. Just like so. That part actually was surprisingly a lot easier than I thought it was, but from here what you want to do is continue around the island now with your Gree unequipped. Make sure again that you don't get too close to monkeys, because now we're actually in the monkey part of the island. Right, so once you get to my stage here, you're at the temple. Now unfortunately you can't go around the temple for some reason, so what you need to do is you need to sneak through basically and go ahead and get past it. Now for this, again, you're going to have to basically run and sprint. So from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, freeze it very quickly, start to run, equip the Gree, and then I'm just going to want to head directly south until I get to the south corner, and then go back along to your east, like so. Unequip the Gree, go ahead and freeze it again, like so. Now I'm in a safe spot right here. As you seen, I clicked over there, but it was going to go back round the temple, so you need to watch out for that. Now for this next part is easy. All you need to do is go ahead and freeze it basically here, run round to the guard, and ask to get let into where the king is, and then run up and speak to him. Once you speak to him, then basically that is this part done. So I'm very quickly going to go ahead and freeze it, equip this and move very quickly. Go ahead and speak to the Elder Guard to let me in. Very quickly get let in, and then run up and speak to the King Awowogei, and then that is you. So you're going to hand it over to him, and then he's going to like it, but there's no need to worry anymore about freezing it at all. That is that part over. So now he's got it, and he really liked it, and he does want to set up the colony because he really enjoyed it. So now that you've got the barrel to take the monkeys in, what you need to go ahead and do is actually go and get the wise monkeys. So once you get the monkeys, right click on them and speak with them, and then they're going to say, let us out. Right, so the king is now going to give you a barrel of monkeys. This has got some monkeys in it for us. However, we need to go back into the temple just to the north of here and get 3 wise monkeys, because they are not in the barrel right now. So once you arrive back round, start talking to either one of them, and then basically you'll tell them to get into the barrel. Monkeys jump into the barrel, and then that's all 3 of them gone, and they're in the barrel as well. Before we go though, just go ahead and speak to them one last time. You get the monkeys' attention, and basically you can ask where you want to take them. They're going to say in the desert in between the camel humps. Alright, so from there you want to go ahead and leave Ape Atoll, find a safe place and teleport away. Now we're going to be going to the desert. You want to go to a bank first though. That's why I've teleported to Al-Kharid. So for this next part you're going to need your ring of Charos bracket A. You're also going to need your barrel of monkeys, obviously. You're going to need a spade, and you're also going to need Ava's accumulator. Also going to need your monkey speak amulet. Recommended items are water skin, because we're going to be in the desert, water tiara, something that will hydrate you, and also I've got my desert robes. Doesn't really matter about them. So basically what you want to do is you want to go ahead, and if you have the teleport, which everyone should have at least unlocked it, you might have not gone down to that lodestone, bandit camp lodestone. If not, you want to make your way roughly just to the north of that. So once you arrive at the lodestone, as I said, go to the north of it. There's going to be this ridge. It's going to be marked on the map quite distinctly, as you can see here. This is the ridge here which I'm talking about. You can see it's a lighter colour on the map. You're going to want to run round the ridge from the lodestone, or if you're coming from Al-Kharid walking, then you're just going to want to basically land up coming over to the area north of the lodestone but over the ridge. And you're going to see these areas and these sort of pillars. Now these 3 pillars are going to be very important. What we're going to do is we're just going to come over to here, and then we're going to open the barrel of monkeys, and then I begin to release the monkeys, and then your screen's going to go blank. Now you don't have to be in the exact spot that I'm in, but as long as you're in one roughly here, and these monkeys are going to land up going onto 3 rocks that we see there. So there's going to be a bunch of other monkeys around here as well, monkey colonists, and also some unarmed monkey guards. So go ahead and talk to one of the 3 monkeys. Basically said there that a camp needs to be created. There's nothing out here and we need to give them something, so we're going to have to go and get some stuff to make a camp. So basically what the monkeys tell you there, if you got to go back to Al-Kharid and speak to Ali. So go ahead and make your way back up to Al-Kharid, either use the lodestone or walk back up. So once you arrive in Al-Kharid, you want to go up to the very top of Al-Kharid, and you want to find a guy called Ali Morrison. He's going to be by the gem stall. Make sure at this stage you have your ring of Charos equipped, and you should hopefully find him along the top here. Go ahead and talk to him, and then select option number 2, talk about do no evil, and you're going to be talking about a magic carpet route. He's going to land up giving you a metal crate. You're then going to have 4 options. Go through all of them. And then finally for leave. So it now says with our device Ava's accumulator, we're going to go ahead and head to Draenor Manor and speak with Ava about possibly being able to detect metal crates. So you want to head out to Draenor Village. Best way of that is using the Draenor Village teleport lodestone. You can also use glories and or walk there. Once you arrive at the lodestone, head north and go inside the manor. Once you're inside, enter into the western room, and then you're going to go ahead and search the candles on the wall. Go ahead and do that. That'll open the secret door, and then you'll be in the room with Ava. Go ahead and talk to her. Select option number 5, talk about a metal detector. So continue through the conversation. It will stop halfway through. She's actually making something right now. As you can see, her hands are moving. And then your screen is going to go blank. You're then going to go from Ava's accumulator to Ava's alerter. This is basically a metal detector which we're going to need. So now that we've got the metal detector, we're going to go ahead and test it out. So leave Ava's room, and you want to exit out the building via the east, because I believe that's the only way you can exit out the Draenor Manor. And we're going to test this out, and hopefully this will work. So once you exit out the building, what you're going to do is you're going to head down into the very southwestern corner. There's going to be a fountain there. Now, make sure you go back to your normal chat or all chats, and basically you're going to be using your alerter here. So once you get down here, you're going to see in the chat it's going to be saying buck singles, maybe buck doubles. What you need to do is move around until you get 4 of these bucks in the one line. This can be quite difficult to do, and this spot is going to be different for every single player. It's going to be round about this southwest corner. However, it's no saying that it's going to be exactly down in the southwest. Really, you need to find it yourself. It might be the same as mine, it might not be though. There's no real guarantee. It's going to be somewhere around this wooded area though. So as you can see now, I've finally found the spot where I've got 4 bucks going on. So I'm going to dig with my spade. And as you can see there, I found a metal crate. So what you want to do with this is you want to go back into the building and then go ahead and talk to Ava again. Talk to her. Then select option number 5, talk about Ava's alerter. I found the crate, it's a great success. And there we go, that is that part done. So we're going to have to head back out to the desert again. We're going to need to head back out to the monkeys. Make your way there. I'm using the bandit camp teleport. Obviously if you don't have that, then Alcarad and run back south. But go back to the Three-Wise Monkeys. Right, okay, so now that we're back here, we're actually going to go a tiny bit north here, and we're going to need to find a list of items. So this is again going to be different for every player, and it might take you some time to find. Now, they should roughly be about the locations that I'm going to be finding them. However, I mean, there might be a few tiles out, give or take. Because the area to the north here has a lot of bushes, it also has a lot of rocks. There's about 5 or 6 items we need to find. There's going to be a crate with nothing in it, a crate with an uncut sapphire and an uncut emerald. Also going to be a crate with unnoted water skins 4. There's also going to be an uncut ruby, an uncut diamond, and a bundle of carpets as well. We need to find all these. The uncuts that you do get, make sure you do not actually make them into proper gems, because we will be getting use out of them later on. So basically you just want to start scavenging around and hopefully start to try and find stuff. Again, 4 bucks in a row, so there's 2 bucks, 3 bucks. I mean, I'm very close now, I'm 1 tile away. So I'm back to 2. This is what you're going to have to do until you find all the items, really. So that's me found the empty nothing crate. That's the first crate done though. If you go into your quest log, it says there are 5 crates to find in total. So that's me found one of them. Unfortunately nothing in that one, but I'll continue on trying to find another one. So the first lot is where that bushes are there. Now, one thing to warn you about when you're going around and digging these up, you might land up digging up some of these small scarabs here. Now they are only level 50, they shouldn't be too difficult to kill. I would have put a note earlier on, and maybe didn't put in the commentary, but to have some armor with you. I don't need armor because I'm a decent enough level, but just watch out for some scarabs. There's some level 72 and also some level 50 to watch out for. So that's me gone ahead and found the second crate, uncut sapphire and emerald. That was just to the north of the bushes, which are just over there. As you can see on the map, roughly where my mouse is right now. First lot were there, second lot is here. This is where the next crate is, not too far away. I was over there, and these rocks are now just over round about here. So I've gone from over there to just round about here. Another scarab has unfortunately spawned, however that's no problem. However, it is to the southeast, of where I thought it was. So the previous one I got just up there, or roughly where my mouse is on the mini-map right now. I'm just over here. A good reference point for this actually is, as you can see on the map, that goes up to the mining camp, I believe there. I'm just to the north of that, a wee bit along. So all we've got to do now is find the final crate which has a bundle of carpets in it. So I'm told that the next one is to my actual southwest, and it's round about these two here, so I'll tell you when I find it. And there we go, this is the location of my fifth one, just to the southwest of these cactus here. And that's me now got the bundle of carpets. So once you've got everything, gonna go back to the 3 wise monkeys. Once you've dug up all 5 crates, go ahead and talk to any of them and just continue through the chat. You're then gonna go through a blank screen and they're gonna take them off you. So go ahead and very quickly just re-talk to them once more and then ask if you've got the magic carpet network set up now, which they do. And now, as you can see here, there's the assistant to the rug, and there's also this monkey here. This is your way travelling. So now we've got a fast rug set up from Al-Kharid. So I'm going to go up to the Shanty Pass, because that's where we need to go back to. If you go ahead and fast travel the rug merchant up at Shanty Pass, you now have option number 4, Monkey Colony. Anyway, so now what we need to do is go ahead and head to the bank in Al-Kharid, because we're going to have to get a lot of items now to construct some stalls and make the colony a bit better now that we've set up a transport link. So you just want to stop at the Shanty Pass. Actually, you can use the bank there. For some reason I'm using Al-Kharid main, I should have been using this one. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead, open the bank and withdraw the items. You should already actually have an uncut sapphire, uncut emerald, uncut ruby and uncut diamonds. Put all them in your inventory. You're also going to want 6 teak planks, 10 bolts of cloth, a rope, then noted form you're going to want to have 10 bananas. You're going to want to have 3 water skins that are full, so bracket 4 water skins, and then you're also going to want 3 knives noted. You're going to need to bring along just some form of water as well, because you are going to be out in the desert unnoted. So I've got my water skin bracket 4 with me. You're also going to need to bring along your economy building of dummies book as well, so we can go ahead and build the stalls. Equipped on you, you're going to want to have your monkey speak amulet so you can speak to the monkeys, Ava's alerter, your desert shirt, desert robe and desert boots, and I'd also recommend bringing your ring of Charos A as well. If for some reason you don't have many of these items, and the shanty carries quite a few of them, like the desert set, the rope, and also the water skins as well. So once you're set up like me, what you want to do is go ahead and go through the Shanty Pass, and then you're going to want to fast travel with the rug back down to the monkey colony. So once you arrive down here, what you want to do is go ahead and read your book, and basically this will tell you how to build everything. Now that you've read the book, you've now actually learned how to clear these rubble areas. So there's 4 of them around here, and what we're going to do is going to start building on them. So go ahead, doesn't matter what order you do them in anyway, you just need to build all 4 stalls first, and then after that we'll actually go and construct them. So that's me cleared that rubble. I'm just going to build on it now, and there you can see a tent has been constructed. Again, just go around all 3 other plots doing the same thing. So once you've gone ahead and built all the stalls, go ahead and now stock all the stalls. So there's going to be a gem stall which you've got the 4 gems for. You've also got your bananas as well, so go ahead and go up to one of the stalls and go ahead and equip bananas and select bananas. And then for the final one, it's a general store. You're going to have to unequip the desert robes that you are wearing, and then it's also going to go in there with water skins and the knives. So just general equipment number 2, and that should be all your stalls set up. You don't have to do anything with the tents. So after you've done that, go ahead and talk to one of the 3 monkeys again. Go ahead and talk to them for a second time. Select option number 1, they sound fierce, how am I meant to steal from them? And then that is that part complete. So from here we're going to be heading back out to Ape Atoll. So from here I'm going to head back up to the Shanty Pass. We're going to go and bank again. So once you get back to the Shanty Pass, you're going to want to go ahead and withdraw your ninja monkey Gris, your gorilla Gris. Also need your monkey speak amulet as well, and some food in case you fail at the feeding part. You're going to have to make your way back out to Ape Atoll. I'm still on Ancient Magics right now, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to Elf City, and I'm going to have to change back to the normal spell book. But make your way out to Ape Atoll, so you might need to change you. Alternatively, you can go ahead and use the Fairy Ring Network again and use the code CLR. That'll take you to the Agility course on Ape Atoll. Just for your information, we will not need to use Ancient Magics again during this quest. So once you arrive back in Ape Atoll, whatever way you are going to be arriving back in, you're going to want to equip your Ninja Gris straight away. From there, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading down into the market area. Now you're going to want to come over to where the general store sign is, and then from the building to the north of that, it's going to look like this here beside the banana trees. We're going to go into that. Just before you go into it though, you're going to want to equip your Gorilla Grigri, and then you're going to want to enter on in. Now these are monkey knife fighters. These used to be the fastest feeding in the game. Now we're going to need to get 6 knives off them in total. How you do this is you punch them, that'll knock them out for I think it's about 3 seconds, and you can pickpocket them. If you are fast enough, you can pickpocket them twice. However, I'll just be doing it once. So punch, pickpocket, pickpocket. Unfortunately though, I only got 1 in there, but that's what you need to do 6 times until you get 6 monkey knives. For your information, they might not necessarily give you a knife every time. I've pickpocketed this one about 4 or 5 times now. I've only got 2 knives. There's a possibility you might get money, so you might be here a wee while. Hopefully it won't take you too long to get 6 knives. It took me about 5 minutes there, which at my feeding level I thought it'd be a lot faster, but unfortunately not. So once you've done that, just head to your north, and then once you're out the building and out of sight of any monkeys, go ahead and unequip your Grigri. Then we're going to be going back to 3 wise monkeys, so I'm going to use the bandit camp. If you don't have this teleport unlocked, you can just teleport to Al-Kharid, run south to the Shanty Pass, and then make your way back to the 3 wise monkeys via the magic carpet. So go ahead and talk to one of the 3 monkeys when you arrive back here, and then you're going to show the knives there. Are then going to take them off you when your screen goes blank. Go ahead and talk to them once more, and then that is that part done. So the next part is going to be the boss part now. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get ready for the boss part. Now there are 3 bosses. We'll have to bank, or you don't have to bank in between them all, but it's recommended that you do, just because of they'll have different combat styles. So I'm going to go back to Shanty Pass here. We're going to get ourselves sorted out before we go ahead and get our first boss started. The bosses aren't very difficult actually. They are very high level, but they don't attack very high, surprisingly. The 3rd boss though is quite a challenge. The first 2 are relatively easy. So what you're going to want for this first boss is a melee sort of setup. So if I go in here and zoom in on my setup, what I've got Torag here. Yes, I'm not the best at combat. Yes, I don't know what the best armor is to wear. This is what I'm using anyway. I've also just got myself Warrior's Ring, D-Boots, Fury, that sort of stuff, you know. So just bring your best combat melee setup for this first fight. Inventory wise, you're going to need your Ghost Speak Amulet, you're going to need masked earmuffs or a Slayer Helm, because we are going to be going later on into the Smoke and Kills dungeon in Pollen Vitch. Also going to need your Monkey Speak Amulet as well to speak to the monkeys. I've got an emergency teleport in case something goes really wrong. Then you're going to want to bring yourself a Super Extreme or Overload set. I've got myself an Extreme set with me. Also bring yourself some prayer stuff. Make sure your prayer points are fully recharged. I've also got Prayer Renewal, and also got some Sardamon and Brews and some Super Restores as well. Got myself some food finally there too. So once you're ready, got your setup all good, you're going to want to head back to Senliten's tomb. Now if you're like me and you're at the Shanty Pass, you want to go ahead and charter one of these magic carpets over to Uzer. And once you get to Uzer, what you want to do is run directly south and you'll eventually get to Senliten's tomb. Once you arrive at the tomb, go ahead and enter the pyramid and select option number 1, head directly to the Queen. Once you arrive, you'll enter into a cutscene. Osmond, Leela and Senliten will be having a wee bit of an argument, it looks like. You will arrive in and then Osmond will storm off. Once you exit the cutscene, go ahead and talk to Senliten. Select option number 2 is something wrong. She will tell you to return back to the wise monkeys very quickly. So go ahead and either teleport to Bandit Camp or up to Al-Kharid and make your way back to the 3 wise monkeys. So once you arrive back at the camp, you're going to realise that the camp has been destroyed and that there's actually no monkeys here, which is very unfortunate. So before you do anything, go ahead and just inspect any of the corpses around, and then what's going to happen is a dead monkey is going to appear. To talk to this dead monkey, what you're going to need to do is wear your Ghost Speak Amulet. Go ahead and talk to the monkey, and unfortunately you can't talk to it yet. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take your Ghost Speak Amulet off, and you're going to use this on your Monkey Speak Amulet. This is going to bring these together and it's going to make a Cramulet. Now in the futures we can add other amulets to this as well. So now that you've made this, go ahead and equip this and talk to the dead monkey again. Select option number 1, why didn't they kill the 3 wise monkeys? Select option number 1, who took them? Select option number 2, I must try and rescue them. So that monkey has gone ahead and told us where the location of the first monkey is. This is where the 3 bosses come in. There's a boss guarding each monkey. We need to go save them. So the first one is in Pollenvich Dungeon. To get to Pollenvich, you basically just need to run around the corner a little bit. All you want to do is go ahead and just set yourself a marker on your map and just run round. It is just to your east and then to the south a little bit. So once you arrive in Pollenvich, what you want to do is make your way to the middle where the well is. Go ahead and equip your mask, earmuffs. You can go ahead and take off your cramulet, put back on your fury, whatever you've got with you. So go ahead and climb down the well. Now at this stage you're going to want to have prayers ready because we're going to be going past some monsters. So when you arrive down, you're just going to want to run directly north for quite a bit until you reach a red barrier. Do watch out for the banshees, that's why I'm saying just have prayers ready just in case you're low level and you get attacked. So eventually you will arrive up at the red barrier, so go ahead and pot up if you want. I'm just going to drink one of all of my extremes. Make sure you've got your combat ready, so of course we're going to be doing some melee here, so I'm going to change to my melee special attacks because I'm on EOC, and I'm going to pass through the barrier. When this happens, you'll enter into a cutscene. Now fortunately, the first boss is only level 81. Select option number 1, what are you? Once you exit out of the cutscene, go ahead and start attacking the boss. This boss is actually so surprisingly easy. That was way too easy. I thought it would be a lot longer than that. But there we go, that's that boss done. And as you see, the spirit will leave its body. Then at Mechan will appear. And then that is that boss done. Very, very, very easy. The guide tend to be a lot more difficult, seeing that I'm reading a written guide right now, and this is probably pre-combat system. So once you arrive back here anyway, one of the monkeys is going to be back on the rocks. Go ahead and re-equip your cramulet. You can also go and re-equip your helmet and get rid of the masked earmuffs or slayer helm. Go ahead and talk to Dead Monkey once more, and this one is going to tell you where the next location is of the next one. Okay, so I just about fucked up there, but I narrowly missed it. So what you're all going to have to do is head back to the bank, because we are going to have to go ahead and change up to different armor, or it's highly recommended you do anyway, just because this boss is a little bit different. So once you arrive back at the bank, you're going to have to go and change a few things up. So you're going to want to change your combat setup first of all, to a ranging orientated one this time. So get rid of the melee stuff. So what I've got here, I've got a very basic setup for range. My range is only level 82, so I might struggle a wee bit with this, but I've got myself Archer's Helm, Amulet of Fury, Bolt Rack, got myself full royal D-hide, got myself Archer's Ring, D-boots, and also Carol's pistols as well. Hopefully I won't do too bad. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and change to my ranging special abilities in EOC. You're going to want to change your inventory a tad as well. Obviously you're going to want to bring in anti-poison, just because of down in the Calphite's lair there are some aggressive and poisonous monsters down there, which you don't want that to affect you. If you've never been to the Calphite lair before, then it requires 1 rope to get in, and if you've also never been down to the Queen's Calphite lair, that also requires another rope. I've been into the Calphite lair before, but not down to the Queen before, so I require 1 rope. A lot of people won't require any ropes, however some people will require 2 ropes. I'm probably one of the exceptional ones who just requires 1 rope. If you're not at all sure, just bring 2 ropes just for safety. Again, got myself Sardamon and Brew, super restore, some prayer stuff, and I got myself my super ranging potion. Make sure though you also wear your cramulet too. Once you're ready, what you want to do is head back out to the desert and head out to the Calphite Queen's lair. That is just to the west of the Shanty Pass. Once you arrive at the entrance to the tunnel, if you've never been down here before, place a rope at the top there and then climb down the tunnel entrance. Once you arrive down, you might just want to take a sip of your super anti-poison. You're going to want to run all the way round to the very far east of the tunnel. This might take you about a minute or so to do. Alright, so this next bit is very, very important. When you place your rope down the hole, or if you go down the hole, I'll be placing my rope. then what's going to happen is you're going to be running past the Calphite Queen, so just have some prayers ready just in case, because it is like over level 300 and possibly it could KO you. So go ahead and place your rope if you've not already placed the rope on the tunnel entrance, like what I'm doing right now. Unfortunately, I'm in a combat fight with this stupid thing right now, so I'll have to wait till that is over, but go ahead and do that, and then when you're ready, climb down. Now when you're down here, obviously the Calphite Queen is going to be here, so you just want to run directly to your north basically, and there's going to be a hole which you can climb down. Go ahead and do that and you'll enter into a cutscene. You'll land up in a smaller cave just off to the side, and eventually you'll see a boss and one of the wise monkeys. Again, what we have to do is defeat the boss. This boss is only level 84, and there's one of the other monkeys. This fight again shouldn't be too difficult. So once you're out of that, go ahead and start attacking this boss. Now you might want to protect from mage for this one, but you need to continuously, or I'd recommend moving around. Now, it doesn't have a very good magic attack at all actually, but it does have a very good melee attack if it does get very close to you. That's why I'm saying continue to move around. That was very easy for me and that part is done though. Unfortunately, I've misclicked and I managed to land up coming back into the Calphite Queen's lair. Watch out, make sure you don't do what I just did there. Anyway, so there we go, that is the monkey free. That Mechan will reappear. And then just continue through the chat. After that, turn off your prayers, put your cramulet back on and go ahead and speak to the monkey. And then just go ahead and select option number 5, return to the colony. So after that, 2 of the monkeys are now back on their podium. So for this final one, you want to just go ahead and talk to the dead monkey again. Make sure your cramulet is on, and then basically it'll find out where the last one is. The last one is in the temple, or the ruins of Uzer, sorry, just north of the temple of Senliten. Now for this, you're going to want to go and head back to the bank again. This one is a lot more difficult, or I assume it's going to be a lot more difficult. When I was looking at the guide, it said those 2 were medium fights and this final fight was a difficult fight, so we'll see how it all pans out really. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but you're going to want to go ahead and change your setup again. So once you're right back at the bank, we're going to be changing things again. Now for this final fight, it is a lot more difficult. It's not difficult in a sense, but it's a lot more longer, and you're not just fighting the boss. So what happens when you start to attack the boss is that a lesser demon will spawn. Lesser demons aren't very high level, but there's going to be multiple of them spawning. So once the lesser demon initially spawns, you need to kill that before you can go back to killing the boss. When you get the boss down to 75% health, 2 lesser demons will spawn. You then need to kill them 2 lesser demons and then go ahead and attack the boss again. When you get the boss down to 50%, it'll spawn 3 lesser demons. You need to kill them to kill the boss. When the boss gets down to 25%, it'll spawn 4 lesser demons, which you have to kill all of them and then go back to killing the boss. Now what the boss does, the boss attacks either range or magic. It really depends which one. So you can go ahead and sort out armor for that. The lesser demons attack with melee, and because I reckon that I'm going to be attacking the lesser demons most of the time, I've gone for a melee defensive setup. It all is up to you for this one though, because if you feel you'll be struggling with the boss, then you might want to go for a mage setup or a range setup. Now attacking wise, I've got myself a Torag's hammer, that is for the lesser demons, and I've also got myself some Carol's pistols here as well with some bolts, just so in case for some reason my hammer doesn't work, I can attack with range for the boss. Again though, basically the setup is going to stay the same. I'm not going to bother bringing any supers for the lesser demons because they shouldn't be too difficult, but I've got my super ranging potion just in case I need to whip out to range for the boss itself. You might want to watch this part before I do it first of all though. So anyway, once you've got a rough setup the same as me, make sure you obviously bring your cramulet as well. Go ahead and head to the Shanty Pass, and then from there what you want to do is take a carpet from there over to the ruins of Uzer. So once you arrive at the ruins of Uzer, what you want to do is head a little bit to your southeast, and you're actually going to be going into the ruins themselves. So go ahead and climb down the staircase, and then at this stage you might want to pot up. I'm not really going to bother because I don't think this fight shall be too hard, but we'll see. I'll have my prayers at the ready though. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter through the door to the north, and then you should enter into a cutscene when you arrive in. So the final boss in front of us is only level 86, so I'm not going to really need extensive armor or anything at all, but there are going to be a lot of these lesser demons which I've just told you about. So remember, you need to kill the lesser demons before you can actually get any damage on the boss. Now overall this shouldn't be too difficult. If you want to go ahead, you can pray magic, because it's either going to attack you from magic or range. So once obviously the lesser demon's down, you can actually go ahead and attack the boss for a bit, and as I've got down to 75%, it spawns 2 lesser demons. Now if you are struggling with killing the lesser demons, you can go ahead and hide behind these pillars, and as you can see, I'm killing this lesser demon but I'm not getting attacked by the boss. That's just a wee tip if you are a very low level and you are trying to attempt to do this quest. So I'm just going to kill all these. Now I'm going to speed this fight up because it's not going to take very long and it's very self-explanatory. You should be fine with it. So there we go, that's me killed the last wave of lesser demons, and that's me gone ahead and killed the boss as well. So I definitely overhyped the bosses. I would have put in a note hopefully earlier on though. And there we go, Ape Atoll will appear again. She'll say a little bit more this time, but we'll be speaking to her soon anyway. So once you've done that, just head to your north and the final monkey will be there. Go ahead and talk to the final monkey. Make sure you have your cramula on though, or you will not be able to understand the monkey. And then you'll be teleported back out to the desert monkey colony. So once you arrive back here, all 3 monkeys are going to be back on their wee stands. Go ahead and speak to them. And then select option number 1. That was my choice to make. So you're going to end up going into a wee cutscene. At Mechan is going to reappear again. Your screen is then going to go blank and the colony is going to be rebuilt. Sorry about the sides of my screen there changing colour. They should have stayed black the whole time, but Runescape fucking up for you. Anyway, so that is basically the quest done now. Just need to go ahead and go back and talk to Senliten, who is located in the tomb. So the best way to get over there for the final time, I would say, is either going to Pollenvich and Narad, then walking up, or going back to Shanty Pass, which I'm going to do. Then from there go to Ruins of Uzer, then make your way back to the tomb itself. Once you arrive back at the tomb, go ahead and enter it, select option number 1 and head directly to the Queen. Once you arrive back in, go ahead and talk to Senliten. Just tell her what has happened. You've managed to restore the desert monkey colony, and then that will be quest complete. So congratulations, quest complete. You've been awarded with 1 quest point, 50,000 magic experience, 50,000 thieving experience, 40,000 crafting experience, and 30,000 construction experience. You also get the ability to make a cramula and or to add onto it. You also get a new magic carpet station to the monkey colony, and you also get 2 treasure hunter keys. Now there is one final wee additional reward which you can get from this quest, and it is 20,000 agility experience. I'm going to show you how to get that now. So what you want to do is just go ahead and teleport back to the bandit camp, or go back to the Shanty Pass and then make your way back to the 3 wise monkeys. So as you can see here on the wall just above the monkeys, there's this wee crack here. If you click on the top of it, it'll say climb to exit. You can climb into this wee hole in the wall. You'll end up getting into this room here, and this is what the monkeys are actually going to be using. So there's going to be 1 or 2 things on the table which you can go ahead and pick up. And obviously, as you've seen there, we've got the 20,000 for entering into the room. These things don't really do much anyway. They are very nice cosmetic wise, but they don't actually have much bonuses to them at all. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this quest guide, Do No Evil. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave it a like rating. Subscribe if you're new around here. My name is HighTerror5000 and I'm out. Adios.